Finally, we have two-time women's physique, Ms Olympia Sarah Villegas. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Very nice to be here. How are you guys doing? Thanks for having me.
Great,
we are great. We saw on your recent posts, a lot of girls are talking. We saw your announcement and talk to us a little bit about it.
Yes, so this is the third year for my Women's Physique Distinction Award. I started it in 2021, right after I came off of my first Olympia win in 2020. And, you know, it kind of started in part as a response to fill the void that was created by the Arnold. But here we are 3 years later, and it's really grown to be so much more than that. It really has become kind of its own platform for the women's physique division to really just give recognition and to celebrate the girls of the division and the category. And, you know, it's, like I said, it's in its third year. It's been growing every year, and this year is going to be no different.
Because when it took away women's physique at the Arnold and women's bodybuilding in 2012, but for your division, women's physique, you thought first you contacted them, tried to make things work with them. That did not work. Was that like the reason why you started it, or?
I would say that was in part because obviously the Arnold Classic is a very, you know, it's a prestigious show. It's a, you know, it has a lot of weight behind it. So that was in part wanting to, like I said, kind of fill that void that was created there. However, you know, another big part of it was, you know, I mentioned I established this coming off of my first Olympia title. And immediately after I got my first title, I definitely felt like a sense of responsibility to give back. And this is something that I've talked about before, but not only, you know, to give back as a leader of a category, but also, you know, I've been on the receiving end of so much from the women's physique division. I'm sitting here with 2 Olympia titles thanks to that women's physique division. So really just, like I said, to give back to something that's given me so much. And, you know, my hope is, you know, in all of this is to give back in a way that really furthers the category, progresses the category, highlights it, puts it on, you know, on a high platform independent of its own, because the women's physique division, I've watched it grow over the last 10 years, and it really is becoming a force of its own. And hopefully as a category, we can really kind of build on this. You know, this is a first small step, I believe. I think it's a step in the right direction, but hopefully as a division, we can all, you know, kind of build on this and continue to further and further the category like it has been doing so well these last several years.
A lot of women are choosing women's physique over women's bodybuilding for various reasons. For us, it's really sad when we see with so much hard work that the prize money, you know, in some shows are so low, you know. So when we see this, what you're doing, entire top 6 and like $15,000, like it's the biggest prize money for first place. How much was the Arnold Classic even? I think it wasn't even, was it? I don't think it even was that much.
No, I believe total for all top 5 was around $11,000.
Wait, how much?
11,000. And that was, I believe that was for 2020, which is the last year that they had it.
And yours is now currently 23,000, correct?
Yes, for top 6. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So why did you choose the Texas Pro?
Well, in large part, you know, they're right here in my backyard. But I do want to just say a big thank you, by the way, to the promoters of the Texas Pro, Freddie and Sheila. They really do a great job of really highlighting the women's physique division, giving them, you know, a lot of just really kind of red carpet treatment. One of the main things is that it is a 2-day show, and they put it on stage with the men's open, which I think is really appreciated. And I like the fact that stays consistent, I think, and true to the core of bodybuilding, because at the end of the day, you know, this is bodybuilding. This is what it's about. So they definitely do a great job of putting on a good production for the women's physique girls, and it's going to be a good show. I'm excited to see it this year as well.
Last year, it was a tremendous battle. Melissa and Pamela, I remember, tremendous battle. Texas Pro, for people who don't know, it's the #1 show like on the rise in America. the men have all the stars are coming, and now with the biggest women's physique show. This is now the biggest women's physique show after Olympia in the world, correct?
You know, there's a lot of talent. The last 2 years, it has been, you know, I think there was maybe close to 20 or 25 girls last year, and similar number the year before. And, you know, I'm not going to reveal any names, but I've been receiving a lot of, you know, DMs and things like that of people who are competing, and there's going to be a lot of talent. It's going to be very exciting. And I'm curious and anticipating to see who's going to win it this year.
Can you give us any names?
I cannot. Lips are sealed.
Can we get any names?
You're not squeeze anything out of me, AJ.
Last thing about the show, can you tell us a little, because we saw something about reimbursement of the top 10, and talk to us a little bit about all the details in this for this year's show.
Yeah, so obviously the first place winner for the women's physique at the Texas Pro, they will obviously receive the $15,000 prize money, plus the custom trophy that is specific to the distinction award. Like you mentioned earlier, all top 6 will receive prize money. So not just the top 5, but top 6 will receive prize money. And if you placed in the top 10 at the 2022 Olympia and you choose to compete in the Texas Pro, you will get $500 reimbursement for your travel expenses, so your flight, basically.
And the best thing that I would want is the dinner with you, correct? That's also included?
That's right, the secret cheat meal. And I think I might be a little bit more excited. That's probably like what I'm most excited about. But yes, that of course as well.
What's your favorite cheat meal, by the way? Because you look like you don't cheat a day in your life. But what's your favorite cheat meal, if you can choose?
So I really like a nice steak, which I know some people don't really consider that a steak, like a cheat. But, you know, if you can get like a really thick tomahawk or something like that, it's pretty deluxe.
Yes. The reason you want, is it also you want the top 10 because you want the absolute best to maybe want to go for it? Because when the top 10, you want them to come out also, correct?
Of course, you know, you want, I mean, at every show, you obviously always want the talent, but also, you know, I think that goes back into part of giving, you know, kind of like I was talking about, this award is becoming a platform in and of itself for the women's physique. So if you are the top 10 in the world, I think that you have earned your right to, you know, go and compete for, you know, a big prize money. And if maybe you don't have the means to do that because you live further or something like that, then, you know, I think that you've earned your right to be able to, you know, to have some help along the way. So
before we end it with a little bit how you're doing, and we just want to say I remember back in the day when you turned up, we always knew that you were the leader, and it's very nice to see that a lot of people are talking, but you are doing, you know, and it's so, what did Bob Chick say, JB? She's part of everyone wants to complain. I can't remember what it was. Everyone's complaining, but you're doing something. You know what I mean? You're doing something, and we really respect you for that, Sarah. And it's great to see. And the girls, if you see the comments, they absolutely love what you're doing.
Well, thank you for that. And like I said, I'm very thankful and very fortunate and very blessed to be in a position to where I'm able to give back in this way. You know, I believe that it's a small step. I believe that it's, you know, one of the first steps. And like I said, hopefully, you know, it's a step in the right direction, followed by many other steps to follow.
I've already started printing my Team Sarah Villegas 2023 Olympia Run t-shirts. A little bit about the Olympia that's coming up. Your mindset. What are you thinking?
You know, my training is going really well right now. I'll be honest with you, AJ, I have my intensity and the fire that's inside of me it's at a different level this year. It's at a level that even I myself have never seen. So you can bet that I'm putting in the work. I'm putting in the work where I need to, and just doing everything I have to do and that I can. So that way, come this November, I go in and I get that 3rd Olympia title.
So you're even more, well, you were pretty driven 2, 3, 4 years, 5 years ago also, but you see you step up a notch even more now.
Yes, like I said, you know, I'm even kind of like looking at myself in the mirror like, whoa, where is this coming from? I've always been, you know, very intense and very driven, and you know that I'm, you know, very just lay out the tasks and knock them out one by one. But like I said, this year the intensity and the fire is at even a completely different level. So it's going to be a good one this year.
And you're staying very, 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 very. Are you staying leaner than you usually are, or are you always this lean? Right, because you're in off season now.
Yeah, so yes, it's in full off season. And I would say I'm pretty consistent to where I have been in years past. You know, I think it's good to keep a good balance. Obviously, I've mentioned this before. Too much body fat in the off season keeps you from growing and seeing what your physique looks like. And too little body fat also can hinder growth. So, you know, you gotta just keep a good balance, keep in good shape, and you know, just get ready and show up at the O.
JB, before we go, can you see the arms, JB? Can you see it?
Yes, I can see
yes,
it.
You see it. Yeah, we can see it.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Sarah, for your time. We're gonna let everyone know about all the details. Hope the girls see it, jump into the show, and we're gonna obviously share the stream link when the show is. And thank you for your time. And we'll be also looking forward to when you give out the award, what dress you will be wearing, because it's tradition that you are coming out and looking huge next to the other girls, correct?
Well, I will be wearing a dress. So yes, you got that right. And before we go, AJ, I did actually want to say thank you to you. You know, I know you and your channel, you guys definitely do a lot to always show support for the women's physique division. I see that. I know a lot of the other girls see that. So thank you for that. And of course, thank you for having me today.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time, and good luck with everything, and stay healthy.
Alrighty. See you guys.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.